got the money. Why wouldn't I just buy it and put cocaine into it? I mean, let's be honest. We all know about the great vaulted Coca-Cola recipe somewhere in the vault, right? I mean,
Yeah.
technically, it's not the same fucking recipe because I mean, there's no cocaine in it. So, where's the original formula Coca-Cola? Where is it?
Come on, fess up. How much coke did you put in the soda?
But the funny shit ever is like 3.5 grams of Coca-Cola per bottle. It's like, what the fuck? That's a lot.
That's a lot of coke.
Yeah, dude, that's like fucking. That's like $100 of cocaine for a fucking bottle of cola. That's super fucking expensive. Uh,
Looks like it was some quality stuff.
Also now I get the whole like, back in my day we worked 3 times as much. Well, no shit, you had literally cocaine in your drinks.
You fought a bear on the way there, did you? Or did you just hallucinate a bear?
Yeah.
Come
So,
on, Julie, confess.
confess your
Oh,
sins.
what? I'm sorry, what am I confessing?
You've already done it, thank you.
Oh no.
I
Exposed.
was a bit distracted.
That's okay. We're all just waiting on our game of bro over here.
So, session 30. Hello everybody. Everybody's doing fine, I suppose. Maybe, perhaps. It's a
Let's
formality,
hope the
don't
music
answer.
bot works this session.
It should work. It
Should.
It should. Maybe. God damn it. Don't make me paranoid, damn.
Dang.
Oh boy. So how's everybody doing this fun day?
I have a pulse.
Don't we all?
Actually, depending on the time of day. See, look, none of them have a pulse.
I'm dead.
Once I get my go-go bean juice in me, I will.
Go-go beach? What? Sorry, Kelly, what did you say?
Did you honestly believe Florida Man had a pulse?
Man, maybe a pulse that syncs with disco. Fucking. So yeah. Session 30. So technically, any moment I finish my class, because I said originally that the campaign will last 30, 40 sessions. So technically, this could be the last session, if I really wish so.
Let's go, last session, guys.
If I want to be super fucking formal.
You will die, game over.
So all of a sudden, you all implode. How?
Like you all implode or retire. You get to pick. Either way, the session's ending.
Literally, like, you can get the fuck out, or you're gonna get a bullet between your eyes. You have a choice. Go. You can die now or die
Time to start up that farm.
and die a year later.
Yeah. Okay. So that means I have a year to develop a accent. Let's go.
Oh, this chair is so comfortable. Anyway.
Good chair,
Bro?
Yeah, I got a chair. I got a new comfy chair. It's so fucking good.
Need something to fidget
But you
with.
just said it was uncomfortable.
You just said it was...
Wait, what do you mean? Oh no.
He said it was comfortable, not uncomfortable.
Yeah. I said,
Oh, I heard
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
okay, well,
I heard uncomfortable.
The split reality's tearing at the seams.
I'm like that fucking meme guy from the American Psycho, just chilling, close my eyes, listening to music. It's like, the sounds of killings. Anyway, I got a simple question for all of you. One
No.
question. Yes, Terry, you will answer the question. Is everybody ready?
No, that was the answer to the question.
Shut up.
Yes. Yes, I'm ready.
Cool. Getting
We have a singular yes, a new high record.
cool. Okay. Fuck. Where are my notes?
I told you. It's
Just kidding. It was acting. Acting.
it was acting, as you know, I am a professional actor.
Yeah. Let's see here. Mild shock. Anyway. Last we left off, Terry has made back to the land of the living and back to the city of Noack.
Once again.
After a bit of a troublesome encounter with a fella by the name of Kyrian and the assassins potentially on his high tail now. Let's just say you all had a very depressing breakfast. Also some revelations, as now Julie can see what Terry sees. The true dragons, elves accompanying you. Yeah, a lot of comforting and a lot of understanding took place. A lot of emotions.
A lot of thrown pillows.
Yes. Nah, we'll get to that. The the only peak of happiness and actual positive energy was Warren, which was already a very big red flag.
How you know the end is coming.
The dwarf is cheerful. But yeah. So yeah. Eventually, a few hours passed and everybody just kind of blew their fucking anger and vented on anybody who was willing to hear. And you all made back to the only fucking room that still had a lock. Where you
Willing was
decided,
optional.
where you set up the fireplace and then started to have a pillow fight.
As you do.
And somehow, some way, you all went super fucking tired and sleepy, and you were teleported to a literal building that everything was decked out in thousands of pillows, and you faced off the 12th emperor of the Dorian Empire in what has been dubbed the Pillow Incident. Without any hesitation, you dispatched the 12th Emperor and his royal entourage with the help of yourself and your allies, and you return back to the plane of the mortal plane. All huddled next to the fireplace, looking at each other with a nice plate of foods in front of you, all cozied up, while in the walls of the room hang 3 corpses that were dissected by massive claws and just kind of stuck there. The time about this point is noon. The room is warm, everyone is cozy, and 3 assassins lie still dead impaled. What would anybody like to do? Come on. Work, damn it. Work, damn it.
Called it.
It is raining
there it is.
outside, with an occasional lightning occasionally, and a thunder to follow up. But besides that, relatively calm.
So that just happened?
Wow, this is very different from. Holy hell! All right. Terry, start getting the
Yeah.
corpses down.
I
Gang,
think that's Ben's specialty.
Worm's gonna kind of just look at the bodies, and then the broken like doors, and then all the mess, and he's just gonna go, "How long are we staying here for?" Not that it's not
Honestly-
comfy. I just think we're starting to outstay our welcome slightly.
I don't think there's anyone left here to welcome us in this establishment.
I mean, we pretty much have the run of this place.
Oh, start renting? No. With that said, though, yeah, I'm gonna. Terry picks up a body. Again, want to help me with this? This is your kind of grounded specialty.
The first thing,
Yeah.
so for a moment you thought that the bodies were dissected, but just kind of loosely hanging by the walls, and then you realize something pressed their like abdomen and their lower chest so hard into the wall it just stuck there.
Nope, we're throwing this in a bag of holding.
So yeah.
We're throwing this in a bag of holding, breaking the bag of holding, and sending it to the astral plane. This is what's going.
Is there
Very crap.
anything on the bodies?
No. The weapons seem to be as previously disintegrated into just tiny fine rubble or sand. You see that there's 2 elves, one male and one female, and 1 tabaxi. All of them still have a look of like sudden shock and almost like half registered pain, and their mouths are kind of just filled to the brim with like kind of already no longer liquid blood. They've been dead for a bit.
One. And how long were we gone?
Much. When were we gone? The real question.
Hmm.
Oh, anyways, Terry starts stuffing the body into.
Just pulling the bodies.
Yeah, with a simple tug, the body just comes down, and you realize one part of their like middle chest is just flat, like we're talking tanned beef jerky.
Hmm. You know, if they weren't after us, I'd actually feel bad for them.
If they were actually good at their job and didn't get beat by a cat, I would be impressed.
I'm gonna just check outside real quick. Just nobody suspicious hanging around, are they?
Roll me an investigation check. Also, you're just looking for the window or just going out into the...
I mean, if I can see easily out the window, I'll do that first.
Mm-hmm. But,
An investigation, did you say?
yes.
Right.
Well, besides the obvious stuff, any markings on the bodies as we stuffing them in a bag?
Investigation.
I will walk around the room alternatingly casting prestidigitation and mending on everything.
Yeah.
Trying to fix the backup.
Also casting prestidigitation.
Okay, so
Clean up
Warham,
crew.
the window is slightly shattered, but you realize that it was not the entry point for the assassins. Looking outside, you see a handful of people just doing their own business, not even like minding your like window at all. The city, like the streets, seem to be flooded still. Not as flooded as, you know, like flood, but like, you know, you see streaks of water that are just gathering and making large pools of water. At the deepest, you assume there's maybe a feet in the streets, but relatively calm. And there's just this cold, but it's mostly because, you know, by the sea, and of course it's gonna be winter soon, so that's how it usually goes. But other than that, nothing out of the ordinary.
So if they didn't come through the window, is it obvious where they did? 'Cause I thought we barricaded the door.
You did.
Alright. Well, in that case, I will set off in investigation of where they came from exactly.
Okay.
Understand.
Roll me
I
another
will-
investigation. Oh, yeah.
I will both inspire you and bless you.
Okay.
Oh, bless you.
Again,
So that is. What is the addition of that? Sorry, I always forget these.
A D4 and a D12.
4 and a D12.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So again, for your investigation, you looked, and there's a handful of tattoos, but none of them seem to be out of like some like something that all matching. They seem to be like simple tattoos, crudely made, probably because of their own personal decisions, and not like some sort of faction affiliation. You see one of them has like a pair of dice, some has like a rose with a name etched into it, while the third doesn't even have any, and that one is to the backseat. Nothing abnormal on the skin either, besides, the crushed section of their body.
Okay.
Okay, so Vorum, you go full on detective on this. The window is slightly cracked, but there's like no breaks, even to a point that like a whole person could get through, and the room is barricaded. The only like immediate response to you is like maybe teleportation. Maybe they saw a vantage point from the outside and just used dimension door to get inside. That could be a possibility.
Okay, so note to self: close windows, draw curtains. Okay. Right. Well, that.
Additionally, you don't really hear anything, as in the whole house seems to be deathly quiet.
Other than the rain.
Yes.
I kind of turned to everyone else. Go. We have driven essentially everyone out of this building, haven't we?
Yes. I mean, even the
Mm.
owner is not here anymore.
Right. Well, how many upstairs? How many rooms are there that we're like not using?
In total 6. So 2 rooms that you were not using. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 2 rooms, because Julie and Callie picked a single room.
Well, if they're continuing with the disposal of our good friends there, I'm gonna go probably just check upstairs and do basically just a quick round of the whole building, especially the places we haven't really been in particularly, just to make sure there's nothing out of place, no one still around.
Almost immediately find something out of place.
Oh.
By
Very good at my job.
when you exit out the room, on the table you see one of the hires for the inn, an orc, maybe in his mid-40s, on the table, gutted. As in, one surgical strike from the lower, from the neck through the entirety chest with a clean swipe. There's a blood pool that is already coagulated, and yeah, that's the first thing you immediately spot when you exit out the room.
Okay, well, while I'm doing that, what's the people done? I imagine that will have at least taken a little bit of time.
Yeah. So, what is everybody doing as you're doing the cleaning detail?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long it takes to stuff multiple bodies into a bag, but
With Terry spraying, not a lot.
yeah, after that, I guess I'll just start making lunch. Gonna be honest here, I feel like we've had like a long day here and we haven't had much besides for breakfast.
I mean, there's food on the table. A
But
whole
it's been there for
meal.
it's been out for a bit now. It's not appetizing. We don't have a microwave to reheat things here, so I'm just gonna make lunch with whatever's there.
Okay.
I mean, you can
'Cause I don't have anything better
vegetate
to
to
do.
reheat.
I mean, I have a conversation with dragons to be had, but I feel like we should wait to clean up before
Okay.
that.
Okay. So the rest of you.
I am going to check in on Callie and make sure that she's not too mentally scarred by what she's seeing.
I'm not. I'm used to it at this point.
Cold-hearted bee.
She's like, no.
Seen worse. It's fine.
I'm okay.
I have to wonder how many of our characters were used to this before we got into this party, and how many just got used to it afterwards.
Oh, that was afterwards for me.
So
Definitely afterwards.
I
for
mean,
Julie.
in that case, I'll probably come back and I'll just compare the. Again, I'm just double checking more than anything that the weapons the assassins had matched up to the
well,
slashes.
well, they don't have any weapons, and you remember, because when you first fought the assassins personally, once they died, their bodies disintegrated and their weapons turned to basically rubble.
Ah, yeah.
Well, in this case,
Would I remember or no?
it's been like 2 weeks. I like
Yeah,
they,
probably not.
They have relatively similar dress code, so it's not exactly hard to guess.
That affects. Why didn't these bodies disintegrate? Just ask out loud. If these,
Oh.
Terry, if these are the same type of assassins we met the first time at the Dragon Lair, why didn't they disintegrate? Why did they stay relatively whole?
Well, I can only speculate, but there's two options. One, whatever magical item or enchantment is relying on their core, or what was promptly pressed into the wall into a flat patty. Or, the other option is probably along the lines of... never mind about that one. I don't know. Most likely something got destroyed that was necessary for that disintegration. They were pretty beat up.
Vorum
That
kind of
or
in the
these
corner.
aren't the same vein of assassins we were working with the first time.
Vorum in the corner just kind of looks at them all and then looks at all of you and goes, "There's nothing magically wibbly wobbly about it to make them not disappear."
I mean, can I do an Arcana check? See if I would have any idea of why they wouldn't have disappeared.
Sure. Roll me Arcana check.
I'm gonna cast detect.
Have no.
My answer was what I knew, which is
Haven't.
nothing.
Just like pure arrogance. She's just like, "No, Vorum. Nothing is
just shrug it
different."
Yeah, I'm gonna cast detect magic and kind of like Voron, do a sweep around and see if I find any magic or residual magic lingering.
No. Everything is the same except for a very odd thing of the fireplace being immediately changing its color from the familiar round, like, you know, red to quite bright golden yellow of School of Enchantment.
Okay, I have to sweep it around like guys. The only sense of magic is coming from the fire. The obvious color changing fire.
I'll walk over to the fire. Is there happen to be a poker or anything that was too close to the fire?
No, it was barren. There wasn't there was some logs, but those logs were already like half burned, and then apparently the fire is just sticking to those logs since they were lit up, and apparently it does not consume the log, which is an odd phenomena.
Guys, it's enchantment magic.
Gentlemen, anyone have a mundane weapon that they're willing to possibly give up for a test run on something?
I
I
pull
will.
up.
I have a
I have
metal
a
spear.
bone. Yeah, I still have the boned sword from long ago.
You
I'll just
want?
hold
You
that in my
want
hand. Whoever puts
You
something
want
in
a
my hand
spear?
first, I'll take.
There you
I
go.
have
grab
her
the spear.
again.
Okay.
Aw.
I'll grab the spear and put the spearhead into the golden flames.
Yeah. After a few moments,
Any-
the spear has been heated up fully to its maximum potential, and the tip is white hot.
White hot. Oh, that's hot fire.
Is
Don't touch that fire.
if the once Julie pulls it out, is the tip now showing the enchanted magic on it, or it's just hot?
It's just hot. There's no source of
Icy
enchantment.
fire.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I.
I thought it was worth a try.
Mm-hmm. You can hold that for a minute as you're holding I imagine you're like gesture for me to take it, but you're holding out like the red hot end. No, no,
100%. I turn the red hot end towards your or
you can keep that for a minute.
Like, here you go. Start poking. Take it.
Okay, so
Mm.
looks
So
around. The blood splatters on the walls. What's the plan currently?
Well,
Uh,
I have a conversation with a bunch of ancient half dragons. I was planning to talk to them after, eating. Very sad as he pulling together like
Terry's still behind the counter throwing food together. Okay.
Oh yeah, I
I
think our
mean,
general plan was carry. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't go ahead.
I think the general plan was Terry needs to talk to his buddies over there. We still need to find Paranama's kid, and Callie over here is still worried about her dragon friend over in the desert. So let's pick a direction and start going, I suppose.
Well,
Why is
we
it
know
always the voices in my head that lead us?
we do know that both of
Good
those.
question, to be honest.
Yeah,
Are
we
they?
know that
Do they have a map? Are they reliable navigators, or?
I mean, they seem
those.
nice enough to me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I feel like you have some bias towards dragons at this point.
Yeah, maybe he has just a little bit. So then, is the plan food and then adventure awaits?
I mean, we do.
Huzzah!
We know the descendant and Kelly's friend are both in the general center.
Two
I'm
birds,
sure
one stone.
Ducklick has something for us if these dragons don't.
And we were saved at this point. So we do know that we still have these assassins on our tails.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're gunning for Terry, at least. A little more vigorously.
Well, I don't. Oh, right. I don't know if I managed to get this out. Julie, your sage friend is back.
Yes, I believe you did say that last time. But
That is
Hey,
correct.
you're not getting everything.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's another one who's also after us. Julie mainly, but us by association.
We have many wonderful friends.
I hate to say this, But unless there's a good reason, maybe we should wait until after the whole dragon killing thing to talk to the Callie's friend, given rather time crunch. Unless there's something we know the dragon has that we need.
Well, I mean, again, same direction, general same. I mean, we know that they're both in the desert area that we need to go to, so...
So, does anyone
Actually, I
want to give
believe
like
the
a
sages
taxi a call?
Oh boy.
I
With that
mean,
said,
we should
um,
probably make sure we're prepared, packed, all out.
Actually, with that
everything we
said,
need.
though, since you guys can't, see or talk to the dragons at all, maybe you two should go off and talk to Ducklick and see where he's at. Then we'll talk to the dragons.
Do we know where he is? He wasn't at a.
No, he was not at 6 holes.
He
No.
was at the pillow fight, so he is alive. Well, he was alive.
I mean, yeah, but there were two of him.
I'll give him a crystal call. With that, Vorm's gonna step out the room and try to take the not quite
Sorry,
phone
it's a
call.
hard reception right now. It's raining.
Sorry, the stones are dysfunctional. Oh, by the way, like, before I forget, I'm gonna pull out one of the extra stones we have and give one to Cal.
Hey.
I don't have to use my spells.
That should be handy.
But yeah, I will give Ducklick a call, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I'll just message him.
To the messaging plan.
I'm literally just on like the other side of the door.
I have to ask, Julie, how's cleanup going?
Literally.
How's it looking?
Probably
Literally.
a lot faster because both of us are doing it.
Is Warren doing the fucking, oh look, oh shit, somebody's calling me, I need to be busy, I'll be in the other room.
I mean, he's phoning them, so he just literally steps to the other side of the doorway, and he's like,
I need to
"Hey,
take this
Ducklick,
call."
we kind of need to go somewhere, and then I'm gonna like put literally as if I like take the crystal away from like the side of my head, press it to my chest for a second, put my head back through. Where are we going? What's the actual place called? Have a name?
What? Damn. Wasn't it like
I put it back up to my ear. 1 sec, just getting some directions.
I mean, is
Is there
it
one
like
desert?
It's like the glass desert. It's like,
I'm just saying, I think we might need something a bit more specific than desert. There's usually a lot of it.
wasn't it like the scorched line or something like?
I'm pretty sure that's like saying we need to go somewhere between Italy and Sweden. There's a lot of stuff in between. Again, I put the crystal to my ear, like one. I'll call you back. Step back through the room. So we kind of know where we're going.
I love the fact that you're literally like, didn't even cast the spell, you're like, you're just pretending to call, and you're like, bro, wait, where are we going exactly?
He doesn't know how fucking magic works. He just knows it works.
We need to recall the name. We were told the name of it.
Do we make a history check? What do we do?
Hey, Callie, do you want to like phone your friend and see and ask them for directions?
Okay, all you remember is you remember a name and you remember how he looks like as he was doing something in the desert. That's only 2 things you have.
Right, I know we got his name. And we were told that it was like a glass because something happened there to like scorch the sand to turn it to glass.
Right.
And how far along is lunch?
I imagine you're just sitting in the corner eating lunch while you're doing this.
Terry's just still behind, just cooking over an open fire.
We got a burning hot flame for cooking if we put it.
Yeah.
I'll let Eric let me know what I managed to pull together out of what's left of the kitchen.
Well, I mean, the kitchen is well stocked, so a lot of stuff can be made. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you can find plenty of stuff from ale to desserts, or I guess parts of desserts.
They put alcohol in some students.
So what is everybody doing?
I'm still standing there with the crystal. So how have we got some directions other than it's in the desert? It's next to the giant scorched line, which stretches like a continent across. And there's a dragon there, probably.
There's a dragon.
Are these good enough? Yeah, hang on, I'll be right back. Steps back into the other room. So, I'm gonna literally give those directions. And then just be like, is that good enough? You know where you're taking us?
I kind of yell like there's a giant other dragon flying towards it. Also, don't forget the white silver dragon.
There's 2 dragons. One is very big and is going in a vaguely north direction.
We know it's north, and we know it's a desert with glass.
Oh my god!
You know how big a desert is? Okay, we're looking for frost in a desert. Can you help us with this?
I just imagine you like never send a spell. You're just speaking to the thing.
You're just
no, I'm sending this. I just keep sending. I'm basically just sending him text messages where it's like this repeatedly information.
He says it more than once, being like a technologically illiterate moment.
He just keeps getting like, pinged over and over.
He's literally getting just ping, ping, ping with all these terrible questions.
This is going on. Like you hear thump on the table as he puts down a couple bowls of stew. All right, lunch is ready. And alcohol's in the back.
There's no response from Ducklick.
You just hear doubt.
Oh my god! I feel like he's gonna fucking zap me again. Just psychic damage.
If assassins went after us and we almost got taken care of, assassins could have gone after him too, and he had much less protection.
I don't think he would have had a problem with these types of assassins. I don't think he would have had a problem.
I don't know. I mean, in a normal situation, I might agree with you, but honestly, he's not specialized in combat. That was clear after the possession.
I mean, again, if he's able to, you know, psychically blast people, I'm pretty sure he'll be fine.
Look, if I can outdo him in combat, then he's, who knows? He's in a vulnerable situation. I would rather not risk our magic expert because, hell, if I can do his job.
I mean, Barney, you wanna check back in with your girl? Maybe see.
I will once I know if we're leaving.
So are you okay? So are you like in the place where everybody's having their food and there's just like you're just chilling by the table?
I'm like in the doorway to like the rest of the building. Like I'm in the corridor. Just like stood there. Away from the clanking of food.
Also, is anybody doing anything with the orc?
No.
Can you tell us about the orc?
No.
There's just an orc.
What's another body?
There's an orc just got it on the table and you don't care about it. We all live in a society of fucking shows.
Well, look, if it
Oh,
was a
I
dead
mean-
body that needed cleaning, I might throw it back.
I mean, I guess I would have seen it when I made my own go through to see if any magic is around. I'm like, oh, there's a body. Anything coming off the body when I went through? Any residual magic or anything, or just the surgical strike on it?
Traditional looting stuff.
So okay. So still no response as lunch is getting brewed.
I can't tell if he just like isn't talking to us anymore, if he's actually just put it on like
speaking
mute.
terms.
He's just like, I'm not
If,
gonna answer this stupid questions. He's a lich.
no one's gonna
He's
do it-
literally got the rest of his not life ahead of him.
If no one's gonna do anything about the corpse over there, I'll cast Disintegrate.
I'm checking the course before.
All of a sudden you hear a sudden knock on the main door that is still barricaded because of what happened previous nights.
Go through the window.
Can we see through the? Like, is the door completely
what seems to be, you don't see it because there's a lot of barricades, but what you see is a very finely dressed lady in blue with an umbrella that is just kind of knocking, and she doesn't seem like a not no. As soon as you say go through the window, all of a sudden she vanishes and just manifests in front of I would say actually Gan most likely by the orcish corpse.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of like looks at you, and again you immediately see the robe she's wearing and you realize that's a fucking Platinum Seas person.
Yes,
as-
I hand the person a bowl of stew.
No, as it looks at the orc corpse with a bit of a disgust, she looks at you, Terry, and he sees you giving her a bowl of stew, so that she takes it. And like, oh, lunch! I forgot.
There's like a spoon in it. Everything.
She throws her umbrella up into the sky, and for a split second, it just folds automatically and then disappears into nothing.
Handy.
Nice.
So
what do we? Oh,
which one of you is the Vorum fella?
points to the hallway. The short guy over there.
Rum just walks back in. Are you ignoring me? Oh,
Yeah, you see.
Hello?
You see an elven woman, maybe in her 20s or 30s by her looks. She has a long,
Or either 200 or 300.
long blonde hair, neatly tucked under her clothing, which is kind of odd. Pristine emerald eyes as she kind of glances at all of you. She kind of disregards the orc, just like almost like a feet or so away from her, and she takes the stew and asks for a spoon. No,
Spoon's
20,
already
30.
in the bowl.
The spoon's in there. I made sure to.
Oh. She kind of looks at it for a moment, and then she kind of spots the spoon and like, oh.
So the wood blends in with the stews.
So
Do I recognize her?
how can we help
history
you?
check.
Uh,
History check for Julie.
what do?
That's only a Julie history check for a solely specific reason.
Uh-huh.
Let me just
And,
update my modifier here.
And
We're all equal under Stu.
we're all just like sipping on stew right now. It's like, oh, so what do we do to get honored by the president of the Platinum Seas?
Oh no, before you do, Julie, what is your history? Yeah. History. Oh, 27. Ah, fuck. Julie, the first word in your mind is like, fuck. You recognize her somewhere. You recognize her from Alacor. You recognize her in your performance. She was frequent in them. Besides that, you don't really know her name, but you know that she was part of the group that your ex was.
Okay.
As she introduces herself with a slight bounce while almost spilling the stew from a bowl, but kind of bouncing herself. I am Sorceress Hannah. I'm a courier of sorts. So which one kind of looks at you, Warren? So you're Warren, right?
Yes.
I assume you've been requesting an audience with Ducklick?
Oh,
goodness.
you all are very efficient in the strangest ways. Yes. Is he occupied?
Yes. He is, how do they say it? Getting introduced into the fold.
Oh, so they're finally letting
Then
him
I
into the group.
apologize for the spam.
The spam texting.
Oh, that is most alright. I'm here on several other notices as well. First of all, congratulations. None of you have officially, in the Platinum Seas nor the Doran Empire, have any more criminal activities that would found you wanting for any particular crime. Unless, of course, you decide to
Commit a new
commit.
crime. Yeah. Commit a crime in the first place. I
Yeah.
would never commit a crime in the first.
She kind of takes a deep breath and then kind of has a few spoons of stew and kind of takes a sigh of like almost relief. Ah, so nice to have a stew that is not poisonous.
Right?
Second of all, you're all cordially invited to Haw'rona.
Elaborate.
Yes.
Rona person.
The
Is that a food? What is
the Haw'rona is the second largest city of the Platinum Seas.
So not a food. Got it.
Forgive my ignorance. She isn't from this plane, and I have the education of a mole rat. So
Do we
things
know
back to all
where?
the geology.
Do we know where
classes.
this is located?
Roll me a history check of what you know of this city.
Okay.
Oh, I do have a question about one of your
except for Callie. I'm sorry.
Kelly.
I know. I know.
I do
Yeah.
have a question about one of your prisons.
I know nothing.
What are these rolls? 4, 5, 4.
I know absolutely
Okay.
nothing.
Alrighty.
This is bad for someone who travels around.
So, Haw'rona is the Haw'rona is the second oldest flying structure in the world and is about a millennia and 300 or so years old. This is for Julie and Vorum. And it's essentially the military powerhouse of the Platinum Seas. That's where most education comes from. That's where the wizards, the sorcerers, and all cousins and the descendants of Arcane essentially learn their craft and become masters of them. For Julie, though,
They performances.
you know, no. For Julie, immediately you realize why why probably Duck Click wants you there. Because it houses a coven of liches. A very massive coven of liches. Oh my
A
fucking
few
god.
thousand.
Oh.
Over 1,000. Okay, give me a second. Yeah. Give me a
Wants attention. Right back. I need to feed this cat before she eats my mic. Turned I have. Okay. Form's typing something. I'm left without context. Eric stepped away for a moment. Yeah, we should
Worm is
probably
like
tell them.
he wants to believe this, but it's in his nature to press X to doubt.
He has a sticky X button.
Hmm.
With that said, though, I have to wonder: did they know about the fact that there's Sage and Assassin is kind of just chilling at the prison with the dragon, trying to free it and everything?
I mean, I think it'd be quite important to let them know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, by
if
the
they
way,
don't, I mean, they always seem to always know. So
They
it'd
do,
be
but I would
shocking
hate
if
to
they.
not tell them the one time they don't.
I mean, it's like every time we think we're telling them something they don't know, they're just like, "Oh yeah, we know."
See, the trick here is that they can see like 5
Well, I
seconds
mean,
into
they
the
didn't know
future.
about Korean's movements in the past, so why would they know
Ooh.
about Korean's movements in the present?
It's true. He has gotten behind their backs before. He has a reputation.
Well, no, then he's.
And when you have a magical military, you might as well use it.
Okay, and additionally, Julie, one more thing. You know that the thing is run or led by a very peculiar person, or a thing, a lich, if you will, but one by the name of Havel the First.
Rommel the First.
Yes. And it's gonna get
Bring his
very
own fame online,
prevalent
though.
very quick as Hannah continues saying, you're invited by Havel personally.
Is it to make us his +1 guest?
We're Julie's plus like 4.
No, you're all invited. All, and she starts counting you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you.
Oh, yeah, I did have a question here. Are you aware of the plot to release the dragon from the prison?
I do not squabble in the military operations, and she almost like does quotes and slightly spills the stew on her fingers and kind of grits her teeth in pain.
Not the stove.
If you wish to know about prisons and the like, talk to not me. I'm just a messenger, an effective one, but I don't
All right,
do
fair
secrets.
enough.
I'd rather not.
The less you know, the less they get angry about you.
Understandable. Just delivering the message. Yeah.
So
All right. So I'll How
So you
soon
staying for the
does
full lunch, or like we have alcohol in the back? I
Yeah,
have some
no, yes for lunch, no for alcohol, but also I need to deliver you all.
yeah?
Oh, okay,
she
okay.
How
kinda-
soon do you like?
Can
Is
you
this
wait like 10
an
minutes for me to conclude a
Oh,
meeting?
yes, yes, yes. This is not a big rush, but of course, if it's gonna last for a few hours, then yeah, it's more of a rush.
Oh, okay. Can I conclude with some voices in my head about its meeting real quick?
She looks a bit at you.
He said matter of factly.
Roll me an insight check.
gets gets a look on her face?
Okay,
Right.
okay, Terry. She seemed like almost like half. Like speaking through with Hannah, you realize that she was like half lucid almost. Either maybe because she's under some influence, or that she's just very tired, and now she just kind of realizes to who she was talking so nonchalantly, and then she kind of almost like freezes, and she kind of gives you like a slight nod of understanding of, and don't hurt me.
yeah, yeah. The fact like it's a big armored 6'2" Terry just kind of coming into focus now.
It's okay. This is normal for him. He's not. As long as you don't make him mad, he's not dangerous.
This is literally her.
Terry
I
kind
mean,
of just
I'm
looks confused, as
pretty-
he's completely oblivious to the fact.
Right. So
As
Right.
she takes a seat and kind of looks at her stew, still the same look. She kind of looks at you, Julian, and asks,
Flashback. I'm so glad it's not
"Am I in
poison.
the scene of a murder?" She kind
Right.
of gives like a vague hand gesture towards the dead orc on the table.
right, just looking.
Oh, sorry. I've been meaning to take care of that, and I'll cast Disintegrate.
She
Yes, prestidigitation to get the dust.
Vorum's just
now.
kind of watch it disappear. There's gonna be a pause, and he just says, "By the way, that wasn't us. No crimes have been committed. If we are now
By
innocent,
us.
I'd like to keep it that way."
she kind of nods. She kind of I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. She
Don't
kind
shoot the
of
messenger.
Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger.
I'm just sitting at the table, just souping. So, you come across these scenes often, or is this new for you?
Been doing this for about 4 months now. Relatively, nothing too serious. You know, from one city to another, a message there, a note there, maybe a package. And she kind of looks. She kind of looks still at the table that is still covered in orange blood.
You know, you get used to it. I just kind of, as I'm nonchalantly just like.
Terry sits next again at this point. Like, yeah, I've gotten used to it over the years. Well,
She-
over the year, you. I don't know.
She seems relatively more paler now.
He looks at the stew. So, how'd you like the stew?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
It's one of the best stews I ever had.
Great, because I had no idea what the recipe was. Almost a memory.
Are you okay? Would you like some coffee? You seem kind of pale.
No. I'm fine.
He looks over to the side, like kind of expecting the dragons to half manifest at this point. Do you want stew?
Looks over. Terry, if you could take that to another room.
Oh right. Hey Julie, yeah, I wanna.
Yeah, sure. I'll join you.
So you got Hannah. and you got your what is everybody doing? Because about this time it's almost like 1 p.m.
And Terry and Julie are gonna like step to another room to talk, and I'm sitting like near Hannah trying to calm her down. She's like, so I see her slowly starting to like break down. So I'm just like,
she's visibly shaken.
yeah, I'm just like trying to comfort again, like calm her down, ask her about 4 months. When did you join the Platinum Seas, if you don't mind me asking?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Okay.
Accidental PTSD.
So what is everybody else doing?
Oh, I guess I'm walking into the
Vorum
one
has
remotely
just kind of
orderly
eaten,
room.
and now he's kind of just watching.
I think Terry and Julia are
Watching
going.
this poor person.
Yeah.
We're spectating like I was once in your shoes.
He feels only sympathy.
Because you're simping? I see.
Nah!
Born and raised in Alicor. Studied for a few dozen decades. Conjuration,
You
abjuration.
can just like actively hear Eric's just rolling, just like
No.
backstory.
No.
Active
She's
confusion.
very she's like speaking until like what am I saying? Do I stop? Do I say it? It sounds like she shouldn't be saying these things. And she's like became a career, did pretty well, still doing pretty well. She kind of nods to herself.
Yeah, so you get to see a lot of. I imagine you get to see a lot of exotic places. Going around delivering.
Well, not. She kind of almost like stops her shaking for a bit and kind of clears her throat for a bit. Well, actually, not really. Most of my messages and notes are usually between the forts. Usually messages from one people to another, something more confidential, something written in text.
Oopsie, and up again.
Maybe simple orders that need to be on a hush-hush notice, or maybe something as simple as a package of scrolls for the students, or just a bunch of writing paper for the apprentices to write their scrolls at.
Interesting. So what you're saying is you haven't been able to take a break yet.
Oh no. It's fine. It's fine. I'm doing good. No need for breaks. I'm good.
I don't know. Everyone seems like they need a vacation every now and then. I mean, I understand, especially coming across something like this. Like, I'd want to ask for at least a day. Go to a beach or something.
But it's cold. Everywhere is cold at the moment. You saw the giant dragon, right? Everybody saw it.
Yeah. We're going. Fortunately, we're probably going to be going near it.
She seems a lot less panicking at the moment, just kind of focusing on this too. Man, she's just kind of.
Is it?
Literally that mentality of like, do I eat or do I not? What if can you have a realization she maybe thinks that you're feeding him the orc, or her the orc?
Okay, how bad is the outside
There-
perception
there's-
of Mary at this point? Terry
Oh,
doesn't even.
I just kind of like, I can assure you the stew is fine. There's no humanoids in the stew or anything like that. All the food is from back there. He kind of gestures back
Roll a
behind the-
persuasion check.
Gestures back there, just like
I'll
blood
help him
splatter
by
on
getting
the.
Literally though.
Yeah.
I'll help him by
Okay.
eating a bite of her stew.
Oh my god.
Just Callie's on the other side of the table, slowly eating the stew like lock-eyed.
Like you just hear a small buzzing behind you.
See, it's nice.
Wait,
All
so
good.
wait,
Stairs.
does that give me the advantage or the standard?
Standard.
As we slowly become more and more.
Mm.
Mm.
He's low
Yes,
roll.
yes. This is a civilized place with civilized people. You will not consume
All
our-
the dead bodies, bloodstains, and
Yeah.
broken furniture.
Yeah, and she kind of takes in the whole environment, and then she kind of goes silent for a minute. What did you do here? Why is this?
The assassins were coming after us, and then something protected us overnight. Killed the assassins. We woke up and there were blood and guts everywhere. So we were trying to clean up when you got here.
What they mean is we
Right.
killed the assassins in our sleep. And I say that with a totally straight face.
I want, I had kind of lay a comforting hand. Like I'm happy, like I want to lay a comforting hand on like her wrist or something, but I'm like, ew, and I'm like,
Are you hitting on her immediately? Oh my god!
Look, think about it from a logical
it's like
perspective here. Take a girl into a
Wingman
haunted
her
house.
wound.
That is a great place to grow.
it's like he's not attempting to, but that's what it seems.
He's not attempting, just what it looks like.
It's like I guarantee. Like we've been chased around. These people have been after us, and we're just trying to solve these issues. This is not how we normally would do.
Okay, so she kind of composes herself again and takes a deep breath. Yes. You're instructed to meet with Havel. You're no common thugs. They're not also common people. Looking at Julie and her silver scales.
Julie's not in the room.
I mean, true, but still.
was.
She saw
And
how Julie looks like.
Do you want Wingman Vorum?
Oh no! All of a sudden,
Wingman Forum.
all of a sudden, Warren is now the wingman. Okay, calm down.
He's like, he's like on the opposite. He's like further down, like the table, just staring at all this,
Yeah.
drinking. 'Cause he's like finished his stew already, just like sipping away to drink.
So Terry and
Evil glare in his
Okay,
eyes.
okay, so Terry and Julie, are you gonna just go together into a
Yeah, we're just
bedroom
gonna start talking. We're
to talk with the dragons? Quote unquote?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, I would do it out in the open table, but I feel like we would only endanger the sanity of our messenger further.
But is Julie also doing that? Is Julie following Terry to basically have a
Yes, as I follow Terry into the room, the last thing anyone would hear is, "Oh, Terry, there is something that I've been meaning to talk to you about." And I'll close the door.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay.
Of course.
I feel like Callie's just gonna sneezing in the other room.
Yeah.
Something is wrong. A disturbance in the force.
Okay. So
Millions of cried out.
So Terry and Julie, you're alone in a warm bedroom. It's up to you. What would you like to do?
Oh yeah, I can like note that. Like, all right. You know,
Are you able to summon those dragons, or do we just kind of have to wait for them?
ask politely, I guess, or die, or almost die to be exact. That's what. The window up here isn't quite high enough for that, so I'd suggest we just ask.
Julie, while you're speaking, you all of a sudden you see two silhouettes manifest behind Terry. And
So,
eventually
what's a
go.
good way to ask them to come in here? Like, is there like a particular phrase I should use, or do you think you good introductions?
Julie, passive insight. The two dragon figures are playing charades with you. Roll me an insight check to as they're motioning towards Terry something. You roll me an insight check if you can comprehend what the ancient dragon elves have.
He's like doing bunny ears behind his head.
Oh
Do you
no!
think they need like
Oh
do you think they need like a song or something or chanting?
Oh no! I just realized something. I'm not gonna post it, but fuck me. So Julie, what seems to be that they're trying to discern you with their motions is slap Terry.
They're miming slapping, pointing towards Terry and doing the hand raise.
Oh, like, do you think like a performance like Julie, if you played a song, like a catchy song, would that draw them in or?
Okay.
That's
That's possible, but before they get here, there really has been something that's been bothering me, and I need to talk to you about.
Are you wearing your helmet?
Are you wearing your helmet right now?
No, it's
okay.
Okay. Julie, I just this is the first thing that when I thought about this just popped in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what about. But no, yeah. So continue on, Julie.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to kneel before me.
Are you sure that's a part of it?
Yes, it is.
Squint, I trust you. You can taste the hesitance in that sentence, and he kind of slowly gets on one knee, squints.
Twitch staff intensify.
Oh no!
Like this is the closest my face has ever come to looking to Worms.
Wow! You, I'm not even there. You're lucky. He's not there.
all of a sudden, Worm all of a sudden
just sneezes in the other room.
No, you just all of a sudden just slightly choke on your drink for some reason, like
yeah.
Him kneeling, I will saunter over to him and look down. I'll look at his hand. I'll look at him. I'll place my hand on his forehead, cast regeneration so he can have his finger back, and then backhand him. Don't touch my wife again.
Ow! When did you get married?
Oh God!
Do you think marriage is just like dating longer than 1 week? Is that what marriage is?
Oh my God!
Thanks for the finger, but was like to be fair, she was wrapped in a blanket. I never made physical contact.
Oh my God!
At least not then.
I'm sorry. I come back in and I see you have her all wrapped up in a blanket, holding her like a little child to yourself. The fuck were you doing?
Hey, come on, like it was the inverse position afterwards when I went outside. It was, I mean, nothing.
Okay. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, you just hear the voices speak up behind you, Terry. It's like, you have summoned us. Ooh. And both of them goes into
slapping for.
No.
Was it the kneeling or was it the slapping? Was it
neither.
Oh. Son of a.
Uh,
I'm gonna get you back for that. Actually, points. I don't know how, but I will. All right. Yeah. So about that deal,
Uh-huh.
I'm willing to see this journey through the end,
Mm-hmm.
but we currently lack a lot of things. So it
Honestly,
looks like we have a direction now.
honestly, you don't really lack a lot of things. You know where to go, you know what you need to do, and that's pretty much it.
Right? Then this might be selfish of me to ask.
Mm.
Given your incredible power that you've seemed to hold, could I borrow some of that?
No.
Given we're about to fight an immortal dragon.
No.
Ah, that's a shame.
Yeah. It
You
is.
do it, Julie. It looks like.
Unlike our great ancestor, our power is not exactly infinite.
That makes sense. It was a long shot, but any advice or anything I should know while we go about this? Also, Terry gets up off one knee after realizing he's still just there.
Go find the descendant of Paranama and take his tooth. You must be willing, though. Remember.
Right, no murder. Um, and where might that dragon be?
We don't
Or
really
is
know.
locating? I didn't know
That's
locating a
helpful.
dragon was outside of your realm of abilities.
To a certain extent, sure, but the world is large.
Really?
I mean, can we get a name? Do you know the name of the child?
I have the name.
Yeah, we do.
You do.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, I asked for the name with the ancient dragon.
Oh, that would have been good to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of like. I still haven't got to talk all about the parasites yet, and that was a whole. Oh yeah, he looks over it. Yeah. Anything else we should know about that?
In regards to what?
Disease, the things that are,
If you dally
Wrong
long
with
enough, you won't be able to act, think, or do anything besides breathing. And you can only see your body deform, manifest into abomination, and spread itself further, whether you like it or not.
Last question on a personal note here. I don't know if I knew this at some point, but I certainly don't remember now. What's up with my soul? A legitimate look of concern follows this question.
Shattered,
Something up with it for a while, hasn't
broken,
there?
will most likely be disintegrated. Not by enemy force or an entity, but just you.
Anything I can do to not have that happen?
Yeah, but that comes later.
Okay. Okay.
Can I give you a hint?
I'm holding you to that then.
Mm-hmm.
And then other question, any way to get the memories back? Or is this just gonna be a process?
Same answer as before to the previous question. Would you really wish to remind yourself of what you were, only to realize that how much you lost? Is this the
Good
best
question.
time to remember?
Oh boy. Alright, guess I'm going in without a sense of self. This is gonna be weird. Alright. Thanks for your time. Anything you want to say before we head off to our invitation.
One of the
Wait, did you want any stew?
No, we don't really
Oh.
eat. We don't really care for your mortal delicacies.
I'm sure they had garlic.
I'll pull out the pipe. Oh, did you want this back?
No, we can keep it. We don't really need it.
Oh, thank you.
Um. The sapphire, the female dragon just kind of looks with a bit like a worried look to the other, and they kind of exchange nods, and one of them just kind of disappears, and the sapphire stays and kind of comes closer to Terry, kind of gives a hand to on your shoulder and says, "We gotta tell you about troubling news that is arriving from the west. A dreadful creature by the name of Ma is arriving."
Ma?
Ma nuts, and disappears.
Oh, you gotta be joking. I'm going to burn this lance. I'm done here. I'm going to burn it. I'm gonna throw it in a volcano.
Cast it in the fire.
You all just
Or you into a ring and throw that in a volcano.
For. Just let it go.
You know, and he looks over at Julie, and you know, say a word about this, and I'll see if that window truly is too low to hurt someone.
So now,
You know, like to kind of just to hide the just like the slightly brightened red face of Terry. Now he puts on the dread helm and starts walking downstairs. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. He said, "Well, fucking."
give me a second. So what are you gonna do?
Terry is mumbling, "I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him." As he like walks over to the messenger. All right, I'm ready to go. Dread helm, freshly placed. Just,
Do we need to dress up for this thing?
I'm fully dressed here. This is actually, well, I'm gonna clean off some of the blood, but you know, for the most part, I'm.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Like still trying to keep her calm. Like I swear, we're not all insane.
So, Haw'rona, you received an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to
What was the answer?
just making sure that he knows.
Can I do an insight check?
On whom?
The messenger themselves.
Okay.
I know they're obviously slightly uncomfortable,
Yes.
but I want to see if there's anything behind that.
As okay.
Just anything that would throw a red flag.
Okay. Okay. Roll me.
Insight.
Yeah.
So that is 24.
There's the sense of awe and innocence in her eyes, and she has this she tries to look like she knows stuff, like she's an experienced young lady that she knows how things go, but she also has the sheepish look of I don't really know what's going on, and I don't want to ask.
No, I understand that. So nothing about her in particular
No,
raises
no,
problem.
like sinister intent can be felt.
In that case, Vorum will continue to remain in his corner of the table,
Puts
waiting for the
away
rest to come
the
back.
dagger.
There's nothing that can be done that would not cause incident. So let's just, I'm fine.
Oh yeah,
He
don't
puts
you
away.
don't you like to do a mastermind thing on her? Because I think you. No. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at my abilities.
Yeah, you're man, because you've been observing them.
Actually, yeah. Good point.
Yeah. So what would you want to know?
In that case, yeah. Can you give me her wisdom, intelligence, and charisma scores? And
Charisma of 18, intelligence of 13, and wisdom of 11. And she is a level 11 sorcerer.
So that all fits. Okay.
What? She
Then
just knew.
Okay. No, I'm good with that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh. God damn it, Terry.
Guys, I have to go to work.
Hey, good luck.
Alright. We'll catch up later.
I guess Callie will just drink and be in Julie's pocket again.
Of course.
Bye, guys. Let me know what happens.
Bye, Callie.
Bye.
See ya.
So now, so is everybody just gonna anything else, or you want to go?
I'm ready for teleport surface. I kind of we cleaned up the tavern as best we could.
Sure.
We
So
take a few minutes to try to clean up just the lobby area.
Honestly, look. I'm gonna leave 1,000 gold on the within somewhere semi-obvious for the owner of the establishment if they ever come back. Just a tip.
Sure.
Just leave a note saying sorry for all the trouble.
As you all say that you're ready, like actually ready, right? No, like second thoughts.
Actually, I have 1,000 spells I need to cast in preparation of this moment.
I mean, I need to go out shopping real quick. Hold on, give me
okay, no. So she has a very nice pouch that she unbuckles, grabs a single very nice page of a scroll, unravels it, and begins to read it. As she begins to read it with her holding the page with her left hand, she starts pointing fingers with her right, and all of a sudden you just have this slight bluish aura around you as he continues to recite the spell. After 12 seconds, with a flash of light, you all disappear. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Been arrested.
And campaign over.
Yeah,
We've all died.
And you fall in this fight at the end.
We all open our eyes. We're back in the cells from the original session.
It was a long game.
It restarts. And that's
We've been
Wait,
bamboozled.
no, now you're all trapped like Terry. You guys just haven't died yet to notice.
Oh no. Oh no. 1 second. I'm just gonna.
Could be right though. None of you have died yet.
No, I think most people try not to do that.
Yeah.
Look, so did I. You guys just get me in trouble.
I mean, usually they do, because you're like, yeah, go. I'll just stay behind and do this.
You're the one running in front while we're just hitting it from a distance.
Yeah.
Hitting
So
with
let's see. Work, damn it.
If
Work.
I did, hey, I stun locked that boyo.
Whew.
I knew what I was doing.
Nice.
Oh.
So, whatever form you were taking, either standing or sitting, you teleport with anything you were holding, and of course your armor and weapons, as you teleport upon a very dark interior of a room. A few stones of marble etched in bluish runes glow up the entire room. It's maybe like 20 by 20. And it seems like there's not a single door that goes out anywhere. But you're standing on this, not massive, but like a normal size summoning circle that is like slowly dissipates its glow and becomes this still, seemingly casted from silver. Anna just kind of takes a deep breath and says, well, we're here. She kind of takes a few steps forward and she kind of waves her hand over the wall that is just no doors or anything. And all of a sudden the side of the door just dissipates. And what you basically see is a very, very massive library of, you assume, maybe half a mile long and about maybe quarter mile tall. You look to your left and to your right and you realize that you're quite high up yourself, maybe on the 7th or 8th floor. You see hundreds if not thousands of people, all adorning clothing of the Platinum Seas, walking, tending to the books, reading, in groups conversing, in these marble-laced hallways. As she kind of looks at everything just in front of her, she kind of claps herself a bit as awful excitement. It worked. Welcome to Haw'rona. Welcome to the Palm Seas.
I'm sorry. Sigh and it worked. Were you not expecting it to work?
She has this almost a hesitation. No. It just that sometimes I get a bit nervous. I've done this 100 times before, believe me, but still just nervous.
I'm
Just-
sure
she all of a sudden she's kind of like silently counting each one of you.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just glad you didn't get too close to that window, or
Hey, we're here. We're all in one piece. Kind of checks over the body.
He looks at the hand. Still got the I got the finger back still.
We're in one piece. It worked. It's fine.
So yeah,
Let's not
With that
worry
said,
about.
lead the way.
So
Yeah.
she kind of.
You did a great job.
Yeah. Do I tell you what this is, or we just walk by and just
I mean, if
you could talk while you walk. Yeah.
if you'd like to tell us while you guide us to whoever we need to speak to.
Yeah. She kind of nods to herself. Okay, then follow me. And she kind of goes like 20 feet in front of you, and beyond you, and just kind of towards the railing. She immediately like jumps on the railing and jumps off, and she starts to float.
Kind of look
So if I
like,
just jump off here.
is that just a Platinum Seas thing, or can we all do that? I'm kind of shouting down to it.
Terry already has one leg over the banister.
All places that have no walls or ceilings and have a significant drop have these platforms at the very bottom that essentially lets you float forever.
Is there a weight limit?
No.
Okay, cool. And I just jump over. Let's go. Let's go.
And
Right
when
then.
you jump over, you all of a sudden just almost like momentum almost like stops, and you kind of just stand still, and you start to just glide slightly, and you feel like
Vorum like peeking over the edge, just like, oh fuck.
what
I
you
was,
and what you
yeah.
basically start to see is like when you look down or up, you see a lot of people who are floating up or tall. And yeah, everybody's mind their own business as she kind of goes down, but she kind of keeps you in a group and almost like has a back towards the ground. And she kind of looks at you and says, "Welcome to the Lesra Library, the largest library in the world. It houses over 700 million tomes of books,
Wow.
literature, and the like."
So do you have to be a part of the Platinum Seas in order to partake in this library, or?
Yes, but few exceptions can be made. Of course, most simplest is a hefty fee.
How hefty are we talking?
Depends on what you wish to see. For simple matters of literature or maybe scientific papers, it may be as low as 3,000 gold pieces for a week, but it can go up to 500,000 for a week.
Like just like free reign of the library at that point, or?
She kind of nods. Of course, a few of the tomes are secretly forbidden for all outside eyes. Even
course.
some of ours. As you float down, you see some... You start to see demons in the library. Imps.
As full intensifies.
Hellhounds. Even in the distance, you think you see a beholder. But all of them have a very interesting thing of a mark that is glowing bright platinum color. As if they've been marked or bound and they're controlled.
So, you often take in other creatures?
Some
Yeah, kind of pointing.
Some creatures are pets, some are in more job prescription. Beholders are very fickle creatures. She kind of points at one of them and then starts pointing in random locations, and you like start to see that there are more Balors further in the distance. As like these
Didn't
globules.
we find one of those in the pot?
What?
They're
you said it.
They're like pest control for scrying orbs and the like. Very easily tameable if you got the right resources.
I see. Very interesting.
What about two? I forget what it's called.
Yes. I don't know if you will be granted the whole view of the city, because I do not know what the have all the first wishes of you. I am to escort you to the Coven of the First, where most likely your companion, or I don't know if you could call him that, the lich that you resurrected, Ducklick, resides.
One of our finest pieces of work, yeah.
He goes on.
Makes a great stew, apparently. Hasn't offered it to us yet, though.
Well, he did give you a
Wait a
recipe.
minute. Yeah, there you hold up. Would have been a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll save it for the pre-fight. It's legit.
It would be wonderful to partake in this librarian at a better time.
Hmm.
Oh, wait, if we have a meal in this meeting, maybe I can use it then. It's kind of like a welcome to the group of liches situation, part of his legacy.
His legacy is not because
Too, right?
Yes, it is too. It is a simple. You laugh at it, but it's a simple.
No, that's out of character.
I know. It's a laughable thing, but she would still go on. Ducklick got his gift not because of his cunning, because of his master of arcane, but because he solved a very simple problem of logistics. Because yes, we all can make food for what, dozens, 100 or so. Try a few million. Always on the march. Men and women who, instead of making food, they are preparing for war, and shortages of food were all across the empire. He almost single-handedly solved that issue of famine. For that, he was properly rewarded.
Man, I could have used him.
So it takes. Seems
With
like
that
it
said,
takes.
should we keep going?
Yeah. You're all it's a long drop. It's like 500 feet of drop, and you can see that it maybe is a lot more high up. As you're slowly gliding. But yeah,
Just continue conversating, talking about the library.
Wait, is it like zero gravity situation?
More like you have this sensation of a pull, like a slight nudge towards the ground. Not like you feel like if it's like a water situation. If you try to go up, you would, but if you're just standing still, you slowly just sink lower and lower.
I'm more curious is if you have a sense of locomotion, in the sense of are you floating around, kind of slowly turning upside down?
It does feel like you're in something, but it doesn't seem like it's air. It almost feels like you're on a bunch of very, not very cold, but slightly chilled cobwebs. As if if you're standing still, nothing feels, but once you start to motion, you all of a sudden feel like a bunch of tiny strings just getting pushed in or pushed out.
Alright, so it's kind of like water air.
Yeah.
That's cool. And it seems like, to join the Platinum Seas, you either have to do something grand in their eyes or be taken in as the youth.
Technically, anybody can become part of the Platinum Seas. It's not an organization of mages. It's a nation of its own. Mind you, a flying nation, but still a nation.
They're higher. I don't know. I still like the.
That's great. I mean, it would be. Seems like it would be an honor to be with a nation that has so many resources and such poor.
Well,
no honor, more like convenient.
As a nation that started as a college for mages and sorcerers that wanted to achieve higher understanding of magic, yes, the higher quality of living is almost as a passive thing.
So how would someone go about wanting to become a part of this nation?
She almost starts to daydream, but still gliding down. And you're maybe 3/4 down, and you see these black granite paddings at the very bottom that have silver circles in it. Seems like they're slightly glowing, and every once in a while there's a puff of air going. and you see the very bottom level is like there's nothing. There's no books, no nothing. The closest level is like 20 feet above the ground where the first floor begins. Um, she says, I don't really know how does one join. Well, if you're a gifted sorcerer or a wizard, it's almost very simple, but I don't think there's She kind of just shakes her head. I don't really know. Never thought about it.
Hmm.
So how long are we gonna float slowly downwards?
A few,
Hey,
a few.
relax, Terry. Enjoy the ride, man.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of anxious, to get this over with. I don't like the thought of slowly going mad.
Okay.
I mean, it's us getting down faster is not going to
So yeah.
impede.
Oh, Callie? Hello?
Hmm?
Callie?
Assume listen in until proven.
Okay.
Yeah,
Probably. So. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh god. So. What? Give me a second. Okay. So.
Callie's just at work with like earphones in.
Yeah.
Yep, just
Yeah. So, as you
Podcast.
made your way down to the very bottom, you realize that like everything is pristine and marble, and it's okay. I'm gonna put a Lord of the Rings reference. It's almost like Revendale type of shine, but all of a sudden when you go to the very bottom, it's like the not grim, but like the gritty reality of like darkness at the very bottom, kind of is present, and it seems like there's nothing there except for one singular door that is maybe 40 feet tall and maybe 30 feet wide. It seems to be open, and it leads to just darkness as she kind of because you all kind of make to the bottom and you kind of glide to the side following Hannah, and she kind of immediately kind of loses back to like gets the back what's it called, gains the sense of gravity, and she kind of jumps on the ground almost perfectly landing it, and she kind of points at the door almost like a child. That is where we're going. Do not be fearful of it. I know it's kind of. She kind of looks at it. It's kind of dark, but it will get brighter as we go.
I mean, lead the way.
So, as
I mean, yeah, I don't think everyone's gonna wander off. Just
Hey,
keep in line, keep on line. Come
uh-huh.
on, children.
like stepping like right beside her. I'm like, you know.
We're just like school children being escorted by the teacher.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't wander off into the abyss. Eventually, the gravity does come back on.
Okay. So, yeah, you go in, followed by, Hannah leads, and yeah, you go into this dark, just room that seems to be devoid of any light. But as soon as you like walk like first 10 feet, you see these side stones start to glow, like giant arches of what seem to be mithril, very ornate. And what else you start to notice is that the sides of this corridor that is more like a spire going down, and it's a wide long spire, seems to depict history on its sides. I would like any who's interested to roll me an investigation check. If
Throw one into the ring. It won't be productive, but
Investigation.
and
Why not?
there I took the blow.
But
for
when
the
you
bad
say
roll for someone else.
investigation, is this like just us paying attention as we go past, or is it us like going up and?
no. This is more like eyeing and seeing and trying
Okay,
to
in
piece
that case,
together
yeah.
what the fuck is depicted.
I have the eyes of a fox and the eyes of a hawk and ears of a fox.
Okay,
That a little mixed up at first.
so the whole job of the walls are masterfully crafted, and it essentially from the very beginning it almost depicts the story of 6 individuals. Two two elves. No, 3 elves, all women, 1 human male, 1 dwarf male, and 1 halfling female. And as you go on, you realize that this depicts the founding of the Platinum Seas. As you see, it's more like those 6 individuals are making blueprints for something, and that something takes a hold onto the sky, and then it shows how it gradually began to become larger and larger, and showing the schools of around the 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 main building kind of growing, expanding, as if indicate that their knowledge of arcane is understanding. And then that the cities multiply, that more and more stuff starts to kind of slowly collapse as everything is spreading too fast, and there's no true purpose, no leading factor anymore. And you see the familiar human, now older, a lot older. In the beginning, it was maybe in his 20s, maybe early 30s. Now he looks in his 70s, grieving over a grave. And he sees as he stands on a pedestal surrounded by seems to be mages, as he seems to be calling down some sort of force upon him. And it shows like a column of flame, and the next column it shows a gigantic manifestation of bone engulfed in fire as everybody bows before him. And then it shows as time passes on, he orders more and more. The hooded mages now becoming skeletal, flaming manifestations, almost like an image of itself. And it kind of shows almost the unity of like the mortals living their lives from day to day, but them eyeing them and essentially choosing them for their qualities and picking what I guess the newest member would be. And as the whole ends, and this was like a good 3 or 4 minutes just circling down, you come across a very giant open, almost like an arena. As you're walking in, and it's a marble circle in the middle with a pedestal in the middle, and all of its surrounding areas, it seems like there's like a senate, places where reach hundreds of feet up in the sky from the very sides of the building that goes lower and lower and lower, and it's completely empty. And it's all blaring this brilliant bluish light from a single giant crystal in the middle of this arena.
We don't seem to be going on trial today. That's good news.
Past improvement.
She kind of, Han just kind of stands by the very entrance and does not take a step further. And she kind of looks at you all. Oh, I did my job. She kind of gives like a hand motion towards you.
Yeah, I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
You did fine. Thank you for getting us here in one piece.
I'll lean over and give her a head pat.
Terry, thumbs up. Dread helm still on.
Okay. Julie? She almost immediately kind of hugs you and kind of squeezes you tightly. And there's this sensation almost of a exciting shaking within her. And she kind of hugs you in silence for a bit. And
It's a fan.
Releases you. And she gives you a wide smile. And kind of steps back away from all of you. And kind of takes almost like a very deep bow. And she kind of prances back up the hallway. As you're left by this final threshold of the hallway ending and the arena beginning.
You hear angry buzzing sounds in your pocket.
Back the fuck up.
Like, gonna call Alexa, are we gonna see you again, or is this goodbye?
Oh. Dan, give sending number. Is that a thing?
Yeah, are you actually sending her
I was thinking about that, but I decided not to say it.
I mean, sure. Yeah.
What's the message?
Am I gonna see you again, or is this goodbye?
Ever looking for some good, I don't know, bars or something? Highly recommend.
She just gonna. There's like a pause for a moment. Says, maybe we'll see. Mistra protect you all. As she kind of, for a split moment, she kind of like pauses in her prancing for a split second, then continues on like nothing has happened.
Was it a no?
He's kind of like, Mister, watch over you, and I do know some good beach places.
I pat Gin on the shoulder and say, the least they can say is no.
Ew.
I love it.
Oh.
And then I kind of just smack him. Come on, let's get going. Let's get on with this. keep your head in the game.
Rejection sucks, man.
It's
Getting
like-
rejected from.
It's easy for you to say, well, you have a psycho.
Look, I may have not been
Exactly.
rejected, but look, I may not have been rejected.
The worst I could have
by a
got was
significant other.
much worse than no.
True.
Like, like my god has rejected me, so like, that was rough.
You've been friend zoned over there, yeah. Anyway,
Defense is strong.
enough. Vorm like holds both hands up. He's like, enough. We can sort this stuff out later. For now, focus.
Okay.
Kind of big deal. Gestures around.
Right.
Let's not
That's just
embarrass
really
ourselves in front of our former captives.
I'm sorry, I've in part
Or
quite
captors.
literally forgotten how to be formal.
Former captives, hunters.
Just-
who's been hunting.
Look intimidating. Nod.
Oh, okay,
Make
alright.
an
Shut up
approving
and
hum noise
stare.
every now and then. Yeah, there you go.
I don't think you want to look intimidating.
Exactly. Look at him! And I gesture to him, like in his armor with the helmet on. Do you think he's gonna look cute? I think intimidating is the best avenue we're gonna go down.
So,
Kind of puffs up his chest tiny bit and shuts up.
looking back into the arena, at the very lowest of pedestals, you can see Ducklick staring at you.
Ah, Ducky.
But
There you are.
he's far away. He's like a few hundred feet away in the arena itself.
Terry
Do they
nods.
I'm just gonna kind of ask anyone, do they get like a title when they get accepted? Is he mage ducklick,
Mm.
I guess
arch
we'll-
something ducklick.
I guess we'll find out. I mean, unless Julie, do you know?
Do I know if he's by any other?
Roll me history checks and Terry with disadvantage.
I'm just saying he's probably quite proud of being here.
I mean, this is
We walk
something
in and just go,
Bottom-
"Hey, Big D, how's it going?"
Big
He's probably
D.
not going to be
Yeah,
too
by the way,
happy.
Terry's focused on looking intimidating right now.
Okay.
I'll roll an intimidation check with no purpose.
Yeah, I don't know.
Warren,
Yeah.
you wanna roll?
I don't know if I would, but yeah, maybe somehow I've heard the answer to this. History,
In a book
yeah?
somewhere.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No! No, this is
I
not
am-
information I need to
Okay,
know.
Julie,
I am
you're most
clueless.
certain that a Lich of the Platinum Seas, the lowest rank with you seeing is a Lich. Because that's how you get to this place. Then higher up would be probably an Archlich. Beyond that, you don't know how the hierarchy works. Then again, you're not part of the Platinum Seas. They don't expect you to, like... That's what you think is, like you don't know.
Yeah, you're just guessing.
I would go with Archlich because that's a higher rank than regular Lich, but that's all I got, guys.
Arch Lich, Super Lich, Mega Lich.
Ubalich.
Uba!
Grand rival of Vecna.
Let's just go with let's go with Archlich.
Let's just go with Duck Lick until we know for sure. Okay.
Oh, it could be boring like that, yeah, sure, fine.
So, you step in, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. So you step in, and you realize that the sound in this place is resounding. Every single step you take is echoing through these halls. It's a good 200, 250 feet towards the ceiling. From one side to another is like 800, 700 feet. This place is fucking massive. As you walk in, you realize that this place could seat over 1,000 individuals easily, if not more. And Ducklick is sitting basically opposite of where the entrance is, or standing, I guess. And he's just kind of staring at you and saying nothing. So what would you like to do?
So they can put on a lot of performances in this area.
Terry
plays.
looks, no
Shit.
words, tries to look intimidating.
Hey, Julie, you think you could get a performance in here?
Oh, I would love to
That's
give a performance in
spontaneous.
here. The acoustics are amazing.
It'd be amazing, yeah. Put on a
So,
show.
getting about
Spontaneous song, let's go.
40, 50 feet into the chamber, behind you, you hear like a slight clicking sound, and all of a sudden, what's it called? Like, this, barrier between the hallway and the room disappears and becomes just a simple, pristine marble wall. And as that happens, all of a sudden you just hear sounds of wind gush, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. As you look around and you see liches start to manifest or teleport into this chamber at random places. Some are taller, some are smaller. From the skull design, you realize that they're not only humans, but elves, dwarves, the Baxi, different colorations of flames from the familiar dark green to something obscure as bright pink. As in a matter of minute or so, the chamber manifests itself full.
Vorum internally, just like, I wish I'd kept my mouth shut.
Do we see any of black colors? Any dark black flames?
Wait, what?
Like the flames of these liches, are there any like that are like black?
A few. Like, we're talking almost shadowy black, as they're all now just kinda not even looking at you, more like looking at the center. While Ducklick is the only person who's looking at you still. Are you stopping, or are you going forward, or?
I mean, I guess
Like walking
we're
towards the
continue
center,
going
right?
towards Ducklick since he's the only one staring at us.
I feel like we should go to the center. Like, I feel like that's where they're expecting us to be.
I mean, is he in the center or like on the other side completely?
He's just like part of the audience at this point, or
Mm-hmm.
community.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we're walking towards the center then.
One of many Borg.
So, as you walk for a good half minute, as everybody manifests more, all of a sudden you hear a sound of bone creaking coming from the middle of the arena, from the highest pedestal, as a singular bone, not claw, hand reaches what seems to be from the inside of the pedestal and kind of climbs out. What you see on the top of the pedestal is a manifestation of sorts. A tall, 14-foot tall skeletal being. It's very thick
Ambrose
and almost looks less like a human, more of a centipede, as it shows off its full form. Countless, and I mean by countless, like dozens of bone limbs stretch out underneath his bluish cloak or cloaks, as he extends all of his hands sideways. His eyes are gazing at you. Is there anything you like to say? As Vorum, from your history check and seeing the things, you realize that is Havel the First.
Right. Okay. I don't.
He doesn't talk, tries to stay intimidating.
We'll give a slight bow.
I think better to just not open my mouth in case I say something dumb. Just be respectful. Yeah.
Yeah, just
I'll actually take a
slight...
knee and.
And a bow.
Yeah, I'll actually take a knee
You're the
and bow.
This is the big man on camera, so show respect.
You hear this echo that is reverberating through the room as if like a thick fog washing over you. You do not need to kneel or bow, because in this chamber you are of equal.
I will raise
I'll
my
stand
head
up
back.
and go myself up.
I'll straighten up.
Terry never got down.
He's just taking the advice, just standing there, arms crossed.
That's
Just makes
exactly
the
what he's
occasional
doing.
noise.
You see all the liches do not care to look at you, except for Ducklick. He has not changed his look. while Havel has his. What at first you thought it was just a simple like set of eyes. You realize there's multiple bright bluish lights or eyes glaring at you where its head should be.
Oh,
I kind of just glance over at Julie, with the expectation.
If I am not mistaken, you're all prisoners of the infamous Paranama. Is that correct?
He was never imprisoned.
Vorum like mentally knows Terry's about to say something, and he just
No, like wait, you could see a slight motion, and they were like, wait,
follow instructions.
yes, you're correct. Most of us here woke up in the Paranama's prison. But it seems that we've all been infected by this plague. Kind of side-eyeing Terry. This plague has affected us all.
A plague most foul indeed. I heard from my good friend as one of the limbs, the bony limbs, stretches out and kind of gives a hand motion towards Ducklick. And you see all the liches immediately just glare at Ducklick. While Ducklick does not flinch.
I just kind of mumbled, Ducklick actually has a friend?
That you discovered him. His remnants of a soul. And with the help of sisters, daughters, brothers, and sons of Mistra, you brought him back to life in the form that he should be.
We gave him but a small amount of assistance. It was no trouble.
Not much trouble.
Indeed, a simple resurrection is simple, trivial, but to find the soul that was missing for centuries, one that
Very
cannot
moment.
be replicated, is of most highest praises.
Terry nods.
Yeah. It was lucky for us. And we were glad to assist.
But that is not why I summoned you to the chamber today. For a great trouble brews in the north.
Yes. Paranama herself. In this whole plague, how can we assist more? We're doing all that we can on our end.
There is nothing that we will require you more to do, besides upon the task that you already beset on going yourselves. I
I'm not saying this out loud, but that's basically the whole job. We don't expect you to do anything but all of it. Don't worry.
But I, Havel the First, sworn an oath to protect this world long ago. And I'll do it in any capacity I can, including helping you achieving this goal. Because it's not only that your life's in peril, it's also imperative to us all. Since you brought the plague upon us now, and now the council cannot do anything besides agree to this motion, all of a sudden, you hear wails of screams from every single side as all the liches seem confused and start to go almost sporadic, like making their pleas heard. But all of it sounds muffled, as in something's not letting them fully speak.
Like a big chord of big wigs yelling at each other, but muffled.
Yes.
Crap.
Order.
We unknowingly brought this plague, but we had no idea.
Oh, I did know that you're gonna bring it here. I did it purposely.
Gathered all the liches, infected all the liches. Now you have a choice.
Freaking damn it! Listen. I mean, eventually this plague was going to spread even to this area, even if we didn't come here.
I know of this, but the council seemed to be lacking in foresight. I, on the other hand, took initiative in this. Let them mumble within each other's, but in the end I have the final word. They are nothing without me. As the thing kind of relaxes a bit and kind of extends its face towards you, and you see as it extends, countless of bones start to spring out and kind of let out his head out of the body, and it goes for 40 feet as it looks at all of you.
Interesting. Any assistance to the mission at hand would be very much appreciated.
Ducklick has informed about your actions and the next steps that you need to take. He told me of the creature you seek. A descendant of Paranama that should not be, but is. It will be tracked by you. For we already have tracked it down. But you apparently must make the plea. Some odd reason.
Odds.
If we must, we must.
Repetitive. Yep, fate's fate. That's what it is in the end of the day.
Additionally, I believe we have a common enemy, you and I. His head immediately twitches toward Julie.
Tyrion's coming from our head.
I despised him for a good century or two, lavishing on deeds of others, very deceptive, manipulative, and deceitful. I warned other magistrates of this, but they did not took my heed, and now he's gone rampant somewhere. I will not allow this to be. The magistrates may be controlling the living, but I control the dead. May it be the liches or the power they hold.
The last we known of his location looks over at Terry. He was at the prison, Paranama.
He will not go a step into that cursed place. The time magics there will not wane under his simple amateur spells, for I perfected the chronomantic ways. But what you need to do is play bait, for he is a weakling, and he will not seek direct confrontation. But
Confrontation.
shut up. You know what I
English
mean.
is rough.
You will play as bait.
You see a big smile go across Julie's face. You want us to provoke him?
Yes.
I think I can handle that.
You
Yeah,
have
you
to
put on
be
a show.
alone when you do that. Isolated. Somewhere where your companions will not reach you. But when the bait is stuck, thousands will descend upon it. And for you, Julie, he kind of chuckles to himself. And there's plenty of echoes following. He rubbed you worse a lot recent than me. I'll allow you to dismantle his body, but the spirit, the soul, is mine for the taking.
At this moment, actually types up 2 words. And the assassin. The assassin.
I do not care about those petty assassins from the broken down nation that you hail upon. Do with them as you wish. I care for the Magister alone.
That's great. And we'd love to deal with them. They could be quite a nuisance and get in the way.
There's a slight hesitation, like as in the creature would speak, but it stops itself. Few of its bone appendages scratches what seems to be his chin, but it's less of like conglomerate of many bones. I would assume you'd be capable enough to fend off a few petty assassins. But if you're unsure about it, I do not see why I cannot send mine.
Well, if the assassin's taken out before we take out Kurian, I imagine he'd go into hiding, so we'd have to kind of correlate this to ensure that I can get him alone before the assassins are taken care of.
It's not so much the low-level assassins, it's the one leading them. This Dragonborn. Well, Terry, you do.
I do not know of which you speak of, nor do I truly care. If you wish its head, you can have it. If you wish its soul, you can have it. If you wish the soul destroyed, that can be provided. If you wish the soul capture, that it also can be provided.
Those all sound like great options. After all, payback for destroying family. You're targeting family. Looking over at Terry.
The fist clenches at the moment.
If it can
Terry,
suffer.
you just have two manifestations appear next to you. And all of a sudden you see that Havel also notices them. As the two Dragonel says, take the soul. It'll be excellent fuel for what we plan ahead.
Terry nods. Just doesn't quite understand the full gravity of it, but like, you know, I'm gonna got much options besides for trusting these two.
Julian's also right. It should be coordinated. We can get rid of these assassins and then bait out or correlate, bait out the magistrate. Would be better for us.
Dealing with Paranama, if you truly know a way, is an excellent thing that would end one of the potential long-term threats to this world. Its destruction is prioritized by the Pharmacies above else.
Of course.
And I will not let some petty assassins take away that opportunity. You will have what you wish, but you have to decide when and how you're gonna play bait. Because time is of the essence, as you all know.
Of course. The sooner we can deal with this bait situation, the sooner we can deal with the world crisis.
The most straightforward thing, I reckon, is the one that he despises the most. His most... there's like a hesitation, but there's like almost like this warm, satisfying feeling coming from Havel. His most recent failure of you, Julie de Silver. Your actions depriving him of power, wealth. You would make for an excellent candidate. Do not dally, do prepare, and do notify Duck Click whenever you are ready.
Absolutely.
Until then, the entire city of Harwell. Sorry. That's a different thing. Give me a second. Where's the note?
Haw'rona?
Yeah, Haw'rona is entirely free for you to wander and explore. The libraries, its spells are available to you. And that you will also be accompanied to your lodgings.
By who?
That will be figured out soon. Now go,
Happy again noises.
rest, plan for the Platinum Seas found the Magister's soul wanton. And I will not wait longer than it should be. Now go. You are dismissed. As it kind of
Very nods.
extends like he basically reforms back to his original self, and then looks around the mess of the other
Emotional
liches.
damage.
As you look behind and you see the marble wall suddenly comes back to a hallway.
I give a bow again. Just a show of respect. Before turning.
Are we all shuffling out?
Yeah, kind of like as they're walking out, Terry like says under his breath, "How was that?"
Just gives Terry a thumbs up. It's very good, Terry. You were very intimidating.
He was
It's hard to
scared,
tell, but it was a bit
stiff as a
exciting.
bone.
You didn't hear the bones rattling from your presence alone.
It's hard to tell if he believes you or not, but whether or not he seems slightly excited by the notion.
It's as they're like walking out. The bait plan might work both ways for both situations. The Magistry wants Julie. This Dragonborn it wants to get to you, Terry. Could be a way to bait the move.
Well, I think the obvious thing to do is when we spring the trap, it's pretty straightforward. The necklaces, or no, the beads. Sorry, they're beads, not necklaces. This is when we finally break them off, because that's when they'll know where we are. Up to this point, they've had to find us through other people, other locations that we've been connected to. But the moment we take these off, they'll know exactly where we are.
And they'll all know where we are. So we must really think of this. I know Julie is capable of taking care of herself and you tapping on all that armor. But I hate to leave either
On a
one of
show.
you on your own.
What if we they aren't attuned, so as soon as these leave our general person,
Oh my god.
our effect is nilled. Oh, theoretically then, what we could do is have it look like Julie accidentally let the bead slip, went on to do a performance, and I mean, if that so happens to be the open opportunity they take.
Remember,
Vulnerable, distracted.
he said an isolated area. So I don't know if an open performance would do.
Perhaps in the preparation of a performance? Or
Sure.
who would
we
organize?
We don't want to get any civilians, any.
Well, we must make it
Sure.
believable. Let's see. I mean, we always have the possibility of trying to work out something with the person who sets on performances for the gladiator fights. Probably be equipped to set up something more safe in that regard.
Give me a second. I'm back. Yeah. So you're making it out, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm standing there.
Yeah. So as you
Terry has
make
fallen asleep while standing up.
as you make your way out of the arena, all of a sudden the wall manifests behind you, and you're just in the hallway. Takes a few minutes, and you're back in the place. And almost as you you exit out from the hallway and you see the familiar shining bright library up, you see all of a sudden two figures just kind of slowly descending towards the bottom. One of them is you recognize as Hannah, and another you see as it's what seems to be a human, red hair, similarly dressed as Hannah, but she has a sword by his side that's glowing in these
Why-
reddish runes.
Sorry, this is a stupid question, but who's Hannah?
Hannah's the one that was guiding us.
Again, romantic interest. Sorry, that's how I
My
remember.
God, 2 minutes in, he's nice and does not say, "Ooh, go away, creep."
She does not sell drugs. Major benefit.
Yes! Get off my back.
Yeah.
Look, this is a much more quality choice than his other ones. I'm gonna support this decision.
So as
Rome has returned.
yeah. So what you basically see, they both like make their way out of the shimmering platform onto the ground, and you see Hannah just kind of waves you a greeting, while the redhead is just kind of standing there, arms crossed, just kind of looking at each one of you.
Terry kind of does the same thing. It's like, wait, I know what I'm supposed to do. And then he nods.
As Hannah just kind of like almost like it's like literally just hi.
Hi. So you two of you, are you the two going to be accompanying us?
Yes. How did you know?
Multiplying.
The redhead is just like looks at Hannah. It's like, you do realize that they probably were told in advance. Hannah looks at her. Like, yeah, Hannah looks at like
Yeah, that's okay. Yes, he head guy in charge told us. So
Man.
you're gonna accompany us around, show us to where we'll be staying.
Wait. The one who is in charge, says, you speaking of Havel.
He nods.
Her eyes
Yes.
immediately.
He is the one that invited us here.
Yes, he invited us
Her eyes
personally.
Her eyes immediately glare up with very much rejuvenated interest. Is that so? Interesting.
Having the world stuff, you know.
I mean, when you're dealing with a world crisis, I mean, of course, the big guy is gonna be front and center.
Sure. So,
Wonder how much of they know, how much of this whole crisis they're
yeah, it's like, hey, yeah, world editing. It's like literally like two girls who need to be a guides, and you're like, hey, you know, there's like a nuclear war is about to happen. It's like pretty fun, right? It's like,
It's just the deadpan delivery of it all.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
So
We were told that we need to escort you to your lodgings.
Right.
That would be much appreciated.
We will nod.
Were you also told that we were supposed to have access to the library? Because I'd like to read up a little bit.
Yes, but you know where the library is. You can do it on your own time. While you don't know where the lodging is, so we're gonna take you to the lodgings first, and then you can go wherever you want. The redhead seems very professional about it, but also that undertone of like, God damn it. Not sass, more like infuriation. Like she'd done this 100 times before.
Do you kind of like? Do you get out much?
Terry going, not Terry. Ged's looking to increase his odds of landing one.
Yeah, I'm just like,
wait.
She's
To whom are you referring to?
he's more saying that like kind of like
Sorry?
snarky towards the redhead. Like, do you get out, bud? You seem like you're stuck in here a lot.
Yes, I get out.
But I can take you
plentiful.
somewhere.
Thank you.
Huh.
It just happens that I get too many nobles or make believe adventurers who try to court me, so it's kind of tedious. She immediately eyes you again, and you see Hannah looks a bit confused.
I'm curious.
I stare back challengingly. Oh,
Dude,
really?
Terry, standing behind, looking intimidating.
Oh my fucking god!
Can I roll an intimidation check?
Oh my fucking god, okay.
What am I supposed to roll against this stare off?
Duly noticing this, I will.
Literally just this evil presence behind.
Okay.
I'm feeling confident and boosted by Terry.
Okay. Oh fuck. Okay. She all of a sudden breaks into a sweat and she kind of closes her eyes, looking away. Okay, Moram, at this point, I think you also want to know what the fuck she's on, right? Yeah, you want.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of off slightly to the side.
Yeah. So she has a wisdom of 16, intelligence of 17, and charisma of 14, and she's 14 levels of fighter.
14. She's not that. We're about matched.
I will look at the redhead and then immediately just divert my attention over to Hannah.
Yeah, like after she closes her eyes and stuff, I just turn off. So, Hannah.
She immediately kind of almost perks up listening to you, like, yes?
Would you mind accompanying me after showing us our lodgings back to the library? You could help me find some things that could help us.
The redhead immediately intervenes, says, her task at the moment is to guide you to the lodgings, and that's it.
And so what you're saying is after she's done with that task,
I will accompany you wherever you want. The redhead just kind of looks at you. Again.
Sister moment.
Yeah, again, you realize that there's a friendship. Oh my god.
trying to
She looks at you and she knows what you're trying to do. There's that like, don't you fucking dare eyes.
You know it's real, but you're still doing.
After you kill
I kind of
Haw'rona,
look back at Hannah. So, do you let her tell you when to go to bed also?
I am her superior and she takes orders from me. If I say she has to go to bed at exactly 8:15 p.m., she will go exactly at that time.
You kind of just.
Well,
I'm
Odd.
not going to sit here and try and pull rank or anything, but as an executive guest, would you do me the favor of going and getting me some magical inks after you drop us off at our rooms?
She kind of
It'd be much appreciated.
She takes a deep breath. Yes, that can be provided for. Honestly.
Oh, and since you'll be running off and getting those inks, I guess Hannah will have to show him back to the library, won't she?
Exactly.
I don't see a problem with that.
There's an eye twitch. No, go away. Yeah, there's an eye twitch, but she kind of takes like a slight nod towards you and says, "Understood."
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like it's
You're a
all
dear.
worked out.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your service.
If Terry wasn't here right only joking.
Yeah. So
At the same time.
so
she really
yeah.
came in with clutch.
As with a slight bitter voice.
A slight bitter.
Yes,
Giving a
the Reddit says, "Follow me, if you will, please."
Oh,
So,
this is quality waifu material.
shut up! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! She would fucking strangle you if she could, and you're like, "Oh, that's quality."
Understandable. Yeah, but see, look, if you didn't have that attitude towards Terry, I don't think I would trust you.
Oh my! Wait,
Right.
is the redhead Terry's? Oh my fucking god!
Go ahead. He's already intimidated.
Terry,
Yeah,
strategy. Shut up.
Gotta
Nod.
look back at Terry and just
Okay.
like give him a nod.
Oh my fucking god! Okay. So, it takes to get up on the second floor for a minute or so as you float up, and you're essentially being led to one of the chambers that seems to go just outside. And what you're basically greeted is just a massive clear sky, and you see just marble buildings, pathways as far as the eye can see, and in the distance you start to see like what seems to be border towers. And the sensation of very clean but also quite how does it is quite pressurized air just kind of hits you. You're high up. You're very high up.
Like, how many ounces of weed high?
Essentially it's just a massive city of marble. You see creatures, as in griffins, manticores, rocks, and the like, all armored in this bluish tint armor, bearing the sigils that are flying overhead. You see countless of people in the streets mind their own business from their daily routines. Everything is spectacularly clean. Massive constructs of what seem to be steel walking either as heavy workforce or as like very mundane guards. Plenty of tiny shops, magic up to wazoo, a bunch of pedestals of arcane that depicts pieces of art in motion in an endless loop. Countless of artists in the streets manifesting the arcane to its will to entertain anybody who's willing to watch.
Everyone in the city is just as good or better than you.
Yes. And yeah.
Have you died before? Looks at liches. Okay, maybe you have, but
Yeah. Takes you a good 20 to 30 minutes of travel. And everything is too calm. There's no oh my god. There's no sensation of like a bustling, busy street. Everything seems just this like alien, out of place slightly. Like everything is familiar, but it just sounds off. As everybody's doing their own stuff, you are eventually led to a place where a lot of people go in and out, like a residential area. And in the crossroads, there's this very nice 4-story tall building that seems to have like a outside garden on the 3rd floor. And it looks very opulent. As the 2 people who escorted you open the door and kind of walk in and turn to you and say, "Welcome to the Marble Pike. Your lodgings for the foreseeable future. This entire house is yours to do as you wish."
Harry nods.
Yeah.
I'm
very
just gonna
lovely.
ask, out of character, is this because of how big this place is? Can we navigate effectively? Do we know where we are?
Yes, yes. Okay, so to put in perspective, it's the library is a massive building. It's the largest building, and it's like made of pristine white marble. It just shines. It's like a massive beacon in the city. I'll make a map to show you where you are. But at this point, you're at the Marble Pike, your home.
Nice.
And as you settle up, Julie, the redhead approaches and says, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. In the 4th floor, there's a workshop for enchanters and scribers and the like, and there's plenty of magical in there."
Oh, lovely.
And
Could you show me where it was? I've never been here before.
hmm,
I'd love an escort.
she kind of nods to you. It just kind of
I squints again.
Yeah. And Hannah just kind of looks at the house almost like with fascination. And it's a open, large house. Everything is very well furnished. Everything has the same familiar theme of white on like darker marine blue with a lot of the you look hot. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is honestly just Vorm's thought pattern as he's just kind of wandering around watching these guys do their thing. He's
So-
just like, I ain't getting involved in this. At least not right now. I will let this go. If someone's going to be thrown from this flying fortress, it's not going to be me.
So Terry looks over at Julian like, I need her afterwards.
So yeah, the first one is okay. The first floor, what seems to be is a nice kitchen with what seems to be a wisp just floating in it. Then of course a nice dining table fit for like 10-12 people with chairs, all comfortable. Plenty of art pieces of random vistas of the world. On the 2nd floor, there's a handful of bedrooms, 7 bedrooms in total, all very well furnished, all very comfortable. On the 3rd floor, it's more like a how do I say this? It's more like a. It's like more like an outside area, like a very large balcony. You could say it's like an open thing, and on the fort, as Julie, you getting escorted. You basically see a bunch of marble tables, a few comfortable chairs, and a few tomes that have the like few pages in a bunch of equipment for alchemy, inscription, enchanting. Materials seem to be. There's shelves for materials, but a lot of them seem to be empty. You see, there's plenty of ink, paper, powders that you don't really know, a few herbs that have been basically dried up and left there. It smells relatively sweet in the place. So, what is everybody doing? Because yeah, it is about 2:30 p.m.
Oh, yeah, actually, though, I wasn't joking, though. Like, Terry is asking for the assistance of the redhead, which I do want the name of at some point, you know. Might be...
Hey, you gotta ask. You gotta ask.
Exactly.
I feel like if you don't tread very carefully, you're going to get a restraining order, and I don't think this fortress is too big, so that restraining order might involve you being thrown off it.
You know, I feel like this is the type of Terry adventure, though.
Oh, no, I see it, I see.
Yeah,
It's just, there's like a 65% chance one of you gets stabbed instead.
Yeah, it's not my first.
It wouldn't be the first time he got
His
stabbed
heart
or
ripped apart.
Actually, I was pretty I was stabbed right before I met all of you, technically speaking.
Terry takes Cupid arrow very seriously.
Okay. So Terry.
Yes.
So you're gonna ask her the name? So because Julie is now preoccupied with her.
After that, like, you know, he walks up to her after, like, it's clearly shown the direction, and it's just name.
Like, she kind of looks at you with a raised eyebrow. Is that an official request?
Nods.
Name's
The path before him.
Name's Tabby. Tabby.
He's like he he thinks for a second. Happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Borum now likes her 70% more. Cat.
Oh, wow, like, she's distracted right there. go over to Hannah, so, lunch?
What?
He's asking for if she wants to have lunch.
Oh my fucking god. Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, I knew that was coming. Okay.
Oh my god.
I believe in you again.
Oh my, literally, I met you like 2 hours ago. Hey, you wanna fuck?
Hey, I said lunch. Food.
Look, I'm gonna say this is a much more quality choice than a drug dealer. Like, this is an educated, very nice person versus drug dealer or angry priest.
Sure wish I was inspired.
This is a far jump in quality. I'm here to support.
Yeah.
If you are within earshot of me, I'll give you inspiration on this. Otherwise,
No, you can't. You're preoccupied. It's like,
He's beyond your help now.
Okay. Oh god, I've been rolling so crappy.
oh my.
Ah!
Hey. All I can say is the DC was 13, so I was not exactly expecting. As
Modifier for the win.
as she
Whoa.
no. As she almost I just imagine you're like trying to like lean in, and then you realize like you're leaning like against like a very wobbly chair and almost like fucking lose like balance and slip, but you kind of catch yourself, and you're like lunch, like and she kind of looks at you a bit, squints her eyes a bit, but where? There's a lot of places to go.
Kind of stand up, straighten up, and
Do you have money?
Of
Ken
course.
does have money.
She grabs you. She takes her both hands and grabs you by one of your hand and just kind of pulls you toward. I know this very good place. It sells very good squid. And she kind of just tugs you.
Yeah. They just kind of wave a hand back like.
He has traded a crack dealer for a gold digger.
No! Don't jinx it.
No.
Okay. So okay. I love the fact that the
Even worse, a seafood
Hey,
enthusiast.
Hey Terry, I love the fact that you're like, like that fucking gif that you posted. The guy looks like he's
Let's
not
again.
enjoying. He looks like he's not enjoying it. Like, ooh, red. Oh no. Oh.
So like,
Of
wait,
all times
is Red
to
actually
that one.
looking? Is Tabby actually looking out as this goes on?
No. She's fully like telling everything like what is in the place, and then eventually she makes her way down to the first floor, looks around, and then looks at you, Terry. You see, she has her hand on her hilt of the sword. Her other hand is like she is.
Is she prepared for me to mug her or something?
No. She clutches her other hand into a fist and it slightly goes white. Her eye slightly twitches at you, Terry, and she asks, "Where is she?"
Just. He looks fall over. Problem? Is there a problem?
I like to imagine he's kept quiet for so long when he finally speaks. It's like this gravelly voice. Really low.
He's sticking to like the one word answers. Problem.
He's literally
Name?
just trying to follow Vorm's example.
Name. Problem.
Vorm's delay. He's like in the corner. He's like leaning nearby.
Worm's just observing all of this, like, huh. Well, this is what it's like to be on the other side.
She takes a deep sigh and there's audible frustration. And then looks at you again, Terry, and says, "Do you know where she went?"
He looks up, thinking. Can know. He puts his thumb back. Want to follow?
Wait. What was the first part?
Said I can know.
Roll a persuasion check. Wait, are you taking where they are? Or are you gonna go somewhere else?
I'll attempt.
Ah, yes, they're in this romantic.
No.
Romantic
No,
cafe
what
over
it will
here.
literally turn into. Look, what it will literally turn into is just Anne and Hannah going on a nice date, and then Terry and Tabby watching, like having a fake time, watching to make sure nothing happens.
Okay, deception, persuasion. Then
Alright, let me just make sure I have the right trade up. What is this? Alright, persuasion. That's a plus 11. 2.
Well, everybody's getting high perception with me.
You passed the check. That's all that matters.
okay,
Jen.
then she says with slight, like almost a growl voice to you, Terry says, "Then you will lead, and I'll follow."
And at this point, I start going in the general direction they headed off to, but I'll use locate creature
On whom?
on Hannah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
So
Gale currently
okay.
has-
Okay.
I just
okay.
imagine I see Terry, you like leading her away, and just you look over your shoulder, see me, and just thumbs up, and I just mouth the word smooth.
Terry nods.
Smooth as sandpaper. Anyway, I think we're gonna call it because 3 hours have passed, and I got stuff to do, and also Worm got stuff to do. Yeah. So yeah, anything you'd like to say before I'm shutting this room down with no survivors?
And you
Raise
get a
your chance to play
romance,
in the
and
future.
you get a romance, and you get a romance.
Literally, hey, I'm a relatively attractive female who doesn't have any disgust towards you. Oh my god, fucking
And
waifu!
Terry maybe gets a romance, maybe gets a knife in the gut. Don't know which.
I love the fact that okay. I got you, Terry.